We're in conversation with Thapelo Mokoena. And we're going to wrap up with, of course, Fatal Seduction that dropped last week, Friday.
And a lot of things dropped.
I'll be honest, I didn't understand the magnitude of Fatal Seduction until now. Yeah. You have people in like French, you have people with like a British accent. So, oh my goodness, have you watched Fatal Seduction?
Fatal Seduction.
You know, you have the Americans saying, oh my goodness, you have to watch the show called Fatal Seduction from South Africa. When did you realize how big this show was?
Because this is my question. I was talking to Thando about it earlier this week. In fact, last week when it first came out.
Yeah.
Is the intimate scenes.
Yeah.
Obviously, Fatal Seduction, it's in the name already. There's going to be a lot of intimate scenes within that show.
And it will be fatal.
And it will be fatal at the end. But my question was to her, as when you're actors, how does that all work? Apart from you guys, for your partners, like, do you sit and watch this with your wife or your partner? Like, how do they feel when you come home after shooting this? Because I don't know how I would feel if my partner was Thando, for example, and she told me I'm off to go shoot a season of Fatal Seduction.
But
away
Mokoena.
from home.
Come on.
And this is the thing, right? Like, I spoke earlier about understanding the 360 value chain of whatever you're about in life. I think it's key. If you are a chef, just understand the 360 value chain and see it from all angles. The same with this trade of ours. I sit on the side of just really taking it all the way serious.
Yeah.
It is seriously a profession. My wife met me as an actor. I was coming out of film school. She met me doing what I do.
That helps.
She bought into what I do and who I am and what I'm about. And luckily, I've never given her gray hairs or reasons to not trust in what I do and how I do what I do. So I think that plays a role. You still have to come, if you're in a relationship or in a marriage, you know, like to your question, you have to bring more than just your stardom to the house. And that's understanding. That's
Thapelo, I think what he's asking is, do you tell your wife, like when? I mean, I'll tell you this: we know when we have a sex scene coming up, and actors, it's not our favorite. Like,
as in you in your house, you guys know.
No. As in us as actors.
No. Oh yeah.
So we know, like today. Oh my! Also, we've rehearsed it, right? So there's a rehearsal. It's like a dance. You literally say, okay, first Thapelo's gonna pick you up. And
there's
then
an intimacy coordinator who's there to choreograph.
It's like a dance.
So it's not like a free-for-all. They say, okay, make out, go.
It used to be that way in the industry. You'd walk on set and they say, okay, you guys love each other. And then you haven't seen it in 3 months and you're back from the mines. Action. We knew before getting onto set what we have to communicate from what the scene needs. But we also understand that as artists and as actors, with understanding intimacy, coordinating, and intimacy itself, that every day is not the same. So I could walk on set today feeling like I don't really feel like being touched. And that is reason enough to not shoot that scene that day. So you literally touch different parts of your body, like from, you know, just as you're standing together with your co-star and you speak about whether it's a green
zone or red
zone. Or red zone. We call them greens and reds.
Yeah.
What's a red zone?
You
whatever
decide.
feels.
No, but what does that mean? That's
like,
a red
it's
zone.
As in, don't touch me there.
Touch me there. Okay.
Or I know you have to communicate a scene where you're showing deep love for me in this scene, but show me that without touching here.
I mean, I remember you also saying that it's a lot more professional in the sense that this room is filled with a bunch of people. I didn't know there was an intimacy coach.
Yes. I mean, he texted after the show to say, are you happy with the scenes? Like, are you comfortable?
A couple of days ago.
Yeah.
True.
So, but also it's a closed set, so it's not a full crew that's in the scene. It's like the people who have to absolutely be there. So it's protected, and it's really not as sexy as what you eventually see on screen.
And thank God the industry is where it's at now, where there are structures in place to protect, you know, how people feel, because we are still human beings feeling every day as we portray in these characters. So for me to be sensitive to how Thando feels this moment, not what she said last week. She could have said last week, let's do this scene, it's amazing, we're gonna make it great. I'm green everywhere, I'm just green zone everywhere.
I'm a green body.
I'm a green body. And then Thando arrives on the set
and she's
this morning and she says, you know what, guys, I'm 80% red today, and it's just what it is. The beauty about those structures now means we have to take that feeling seriously and we have to act on it. That's why you have production insurances and whatnot, because you can cancel a day. Like, it matters to me that we are happy with what we're putting across. it matters to me that you feel great in your femininity in that moment, and not feel like you objectified in that moment. It's intimacy, you see it, but the story, the script is what is bigger. And I think that's how you and I could even direct ourselves at times with the intimacy. It's a thing, guys. Like, it's so much respect that goes into what we do. And I think if you see it and it feels good and it looks good, or it's wow factors or whatever, just know that for us to get to that point, took a lot of choreography, took a lot of stunt training. It's a stunt, this thing. To kiss someone who you don't touch every day and make it
pretend,
believable.
That this is what they do.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's our job, to make believe.
But I'll also say this, Thaps, you were very gracious in that obviously I was new to this show, and I felt so protected. Because you have to be so vulnerable in those moments. You're giving off your body, you're taking your clothes off in front of cameras, and it was so beautiful to have a brother by my side.
No, for sure.
So thank you.
No, of course. And I think I would do that on any day. I do that religiously on any set. Like, it matters to me that we are happy with what we're putting across. It matters to me that you feel great in your femininity in that moment, and not feel like you objectified in that moment. Because yes, the brands that you will follow you, like, oh, hot girl, it girl, that's already summing up what should come out, but that's not it. In acting mode, it's different. So for me, it's only a pleasure, because I see what the redefined wave of the modern day artist is for us as Africa. We're on it now.